Hi and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about intermittent fasting. And now it's like there's so much stuff out there, and sometimes I get so many questions about intermittent fasting, how to do it, what to consider, and whatever. Why is it actually good for us? That's why I want to tick all the boxes today. I give you 5 tips why it's good for us, why you should definitely try it out, and it's actually super easy. Let's start off with fasting. What does fasting actually means? You are not allowed to eat. Super easy. So an intermittent fasting means you have period of times where you're not allowed to eat. For men it's 16 hours, for women it's 14 hours. Why 14 hours for women? Because if you have, for example, these days in the month and you menstruation, then you should eat more because your body is under severe stress and is working really hard, so it needs all the nutrients. You can't fast for 16 hours. That's why sometimes, even if when you have menstruation, just don't do the fasting. Maybe just like postpone it and start once you're done. So 16 hours, no food, or 14 hours for women. Don't eat means literally no food. You can drink tea, no sugar included. You can drink water, that's totally fine. You can drink black coffee, no milk, no sugar. That is totally fine, but nothing else. Like no fruits, no snacks, no nothing for 16 hours. For example, when I stop eating at 6 p.m. in the evening, I'm allowed to eat again the next day. So 6 a.m. is 12 hours, 4 hours on top is 10 a.m. So I can have breakfast at 10 a.m. Then I have been fasting for like 16 hours. And a good thing, if you do fasting, it is really good because you will fall asleep much better. If I stop eating at 6 and then go to bed at 10, it's exactly 4 hours. You should stop eating 4 hours before you go to bed. So it goes hand in hand with intermittent fasting. Because your body needs 4 hours to digest your last meal. If you have stopped eating at 6, your body will digest till 10, because at 10 also your digestive system will slow down. By that time, your body has digested all the food already and can focus on sleeping, not digesting whilst you're asleep. And also detoxing your body whilst you're asleep. That's why that's so important. So the earlier you stop eating, the better, because the earlier you can eat back in the morning. This is the only thing what sometimes might be a bit, I don't know, this here is kind of annoying. Sometimes a bit annoying when you are super hungry in the morning and you wake up, for example, at 6 and you're like, oh my god, I'm so hungry, I want to eat. Still 4 hours to go till 10 a.m. Then sometimes it's kind of annoying, but I must say, when you stop earlier, like 6 p.m. in the evening, I'm not as hungry in the morning. But if I stop at, for example, 8, go to bed at 10, then most likely I'm actually starved in the morning. I don't know why, I'm sure there's a science out there. I haven't checked it. Anyway, try to start earlier. I was talking a lot about this stuff now. 16 hours. How often should you do it? This is totally up to you. I must say, for me, it was easier to do a routine. Do it every single day. Because once you have a routine, you stop at 6, you start again eating at 10 a.m. in the morning, for example, whatever, or stop at 5 or stop at 7, but then you have to obviously push it back in the morning, your breakfast. But this is up to you. As I said, it was easier for me to keep up a routine every single day, but because it is very good for fat loss or for obviously weight loss, really good, I became a bit skinny. I was like, that's why it's totally up to you. Maybe do it like once a week, try it out at least once. Still better than nothing, because I will tell you all the health benefits right now. 2 days a week, or maybe do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Or if you want to lose some weight, do it every single day for how long. It doesn't harm your body. Obviously, you can't eat as much because you only have 8 hours to eat. Or you stuff your face like within these 8 hours. This is totally up to you. Anyway, why is it so good? Finally, first of all, our growth hormones will get increased. Means it is good for muscle gain and for fat loss. I explained it why it's good for fat loss. Obviously, because you eat less, usually because you skip one meal and you have less time to eat in these 8 hours you have left. But there's more. Your insulin sensitivity will get improved. Insulin sensitivity, what is it actually? So insulin, if you eat carbs, your body will break down your carbs into glucose. Glucose is in your blood, so your blood sugar. But now the blood sugar glucose needs to get transferred into your cell. How does it work? Your body needs to release insulin. Insulin attaches to glucose and pulls it into the cell. This function will get improved if you do fasting. And therefore our insulin level will drop because it's more efficient. And when our insulin level drops in our blood, so means that that's the best thing. Our body uses our fat, these muffin tops, yes, to generate energy. So whatever you do, when you, for example, go to the gym, when you run around outside, when you just walk around and do things or whatever, our body needs energy. And therefore our body can take the fat and generates energy, so we get similar. The muffin tops will shrink, I promise. That's a really good effect because you're obviously also not eating in a specific time, so there's nothing what your body can use as energy, so it needs to eat your fat. What was next? Sorry, I have my notes here before I forget something. Second thing, third thing, I guess, cellular repair. That's a really good one because it's also about anti-aging. Cellular repair, why is it good? Because you're not eating. Your body has finally time to repair your cells. Get rid of old ones, maintain the ones who are still active, and obviously produce new ones. Ching ching! So therefore, it is really good because your body has finally time to actually check what is going on. Therefore, it's also good for inflammation. If you have any inflammation in your body actually can check where's inflammation. Let's fix it, because now we don't have to digest the food, because that's the first thing what your body does. Once you've eaten something, your body needs to digest. But now it can focus all the energy it has for inflammation, for repair, for anti-aging. Therefore, it is really good for cellular repair. And the fourth thing I always forget, and I literally can't say it, I have to just read it up, sorry, or on my little cheat sheet. It is good for gene expression. It means there are changes in the function of genes regarding longevity and protection against diseases. So it's also good for example, cancer, or if you're sick or whatever, because it can fight those bacteria or bad cells or whatever. Because for cancer, obviously, with cancer cells and stuff, your body can fight these cancer cells, inflammation. That's why it's intermittent fasting really good for. So let's wrap it a bit up. I was being really fast. Weight loss, insulin sensitivity will get improved. Cellular repair, anti-aging, inflammation. It is good for protecting or against diseases like cancer, for example. There's one thing you have to, sorry that I always have to touch my hair, but it's literally just like always falling my, it's like I need a haircut. Anyway, you have to be careful with, as I said beforehand, when you are pregnant or when you have your menstruation or whatever. Most for women, obviously, because men can't get pregnant. I mean, otherwise we would not reproduce if men would get pregnant. But you have to be careful, because when you, for example, do breastfeeding, your body really needs all the energy it can get, all the nutrients to obviously feed the child. If you do intermittent fasting whilst breastfeeding, you have to be a bit careful because you might lack nutrients. Also, obviously, when you have a menstruation, don't do it. Maybe just skip it and wait until you're done, as I said in the beginning, because your body needs the nutrients to obviously survive, to get all this flushed out. There was one more thing. Oh, if you try to get pregnant, try not to do intermittent fasting, because it might inhibit fertility. Because obviously, I assume because of all the nutrients you don't have 24/7, your body can't really focus on fertility and stuff, because it literally is in like kind of starvation phase or mood or whatever. Anyway, I always say, practice what you preach. I do it literally almost every single day. Sometimes I have a bit of a break when I get too slim, but I try to eat a lot within these 8 hours I have. And I must say, I feel so much better. I even work out before I eat again. And I just feel lighter, I feel better, I feel more energized. And you should definitely try it out. It's the way to go. Even if you only do it once a day. Once a day? Once a week. Once a day. And obviously once a day. Only once a week, you will be fine. And let me know how you experience it. Give me a comment below. Definitely subscribe and wait for new videos. There are definitely more to come. If you have any ideas or whatever, want me to talk about anything else, definitely write a comment below. Give me some ideas, some topics I could talk about. I will definitely talk about them. And intermittent fasting, try it out. Let me know how it was for you. And if you liked it, you have a wonderful day, and I see you soon.